I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after.
Number 15. Komodo Dragon. Komodo dragons are quite the brutal predator. They may not be the most intimidating, but they sure know how to attack. The Komodo dragon in this clip is absolutely brutalizing a monkey. The Komodo dragon holds the monkey in its mouth and bites down. A Komodo dragon's serrated teeth means that this monkey is unable to break free from its grasp. Once the Komodo dragon is ready, it begins to swallow it all while it's still trying to escape. The bite of a Komodo dragon may not be strong enough to crush the bones of its prey, but with a little patience, this attack can pay off. The boar in this clip is paralyzed because of a comoral dragon. By days prior, the bite of a Komodo dragon contains bacteria that could slowly begin to infect the prey that escaped. And in a few days, they are unable to move and easily available as a meal for the Komodo dragon. The deer in this clip is another victim of the nasty bite of a Komodo dragon. The worst part of this slow attack is that the animal is usually still alive. When the Komodo dragons attack, you can see that that's the case for this deer. It's unable to escape and slowly dies as a Komodo dragon's feast upon its body. Number 14. Crocodile. A crocodile is a known beast. These animals not only look like prehistoric nightmares, but they act like them too. Look at this clip. A couple of crocodiles have caught a zebra and are biting down and spilling blood in the water. The pieces of a zebra spread everywhere as the crocodiles ruthlessly devour it, piece by piece. A crocodile has the strongest bite of any animal in the world. Their bite can reach up to 3,700 psi. Compare that to a human bite, which measures at around 150 psi. And you can see why the monkey in this clip has pretty much given up on trying to escape this crocodile's bite. Every struggle only injures the monkey more, and the crocodile remains patient the entire time. Crocodiles have some clever techniques when it comes to hunting. Much of what they eat dwells on land, while they spend most of their time in the water. You can see in this clip how the crocodile waits until a group of wildebeest goes for a drink. Once the crocodile feels that they are close enough, it launches out of the water and ambushes them. It grabs one of the wildebeests and drags it into the water to begin its meal. Number 13. Lion. When you think of an apex predator, a lion may come to mind, and that is absolutely reasonable, because these animals are amazing hunters. You can see a group of lions in this clip, chowing down on a freshly caught meal. When a lion eats, it uses its teeth to tear through the flesh of whatever it has caught. Lions love to single out the weaker animal in a group when they hunt. But in this clip, the weak animal is all that there is. A baby buffalo is standing under a tree, confused and alone in the distance. A lion stalks it. The lion sneaks up to it, slowly getting as close as possible in order to avoid a long and drawn-out chase. It then attacks the baby buffalo and begins to tear into its flesh. The lion in this clip is hunting a buffalo. You can see how skilled these animals are. Once that a python simply unhinges its jaw. But in reality, its jaw is connected by a series of ligaments that are stretchy and can help the snake to open wide. This python is wrapped tightly around one of the wild's most terrifying predators. A hyena pythons are able to win battles such as this by wrapping around the animal and slowly constricting. Every time the animal breathes or struggles, the python will constrict harder. This leads to the prey getting crushed and possibly suffering cardiac arrest. Once all the moving has stopped, the python will then proceed to savor the moment and begin eating. You can see just how the python uses all of the aforementioned techniques. In this clip, watch as its body slithers and constricts around the body of this monkey. And when it eats, look how wide its mouth gets. The snake uses its body to help it slide across and get the whole monkey into its mouth. Terrifying number 10. Parasitic wasps. If you think that wasps were horrific, wait until you hear about the parasitic wasps. These tiny monsters sound like something straight out of a horror movie. Just like their name implies, they are basically parasitic. Watch this wasp sting an insect. All looks normal until you find out that the insect soon dies, and baby wasps crawl out of it. A parasitic wasp actually lays its eggs inside of another bug, and those eggs will slowly kill the bug and turn them into a sort of eggshell that holds the eggs until they're ready to come out. A common host body is a caterpillar. Plenty of room inside these bugs, and they are also quite easy for the wasp to catch. Look at how this one does it. Once the caterpillar grows, the larva begins to pierce through it and turn its body into a cocoon, where they develop further. This horrifying clip shows just how scary this whole process is. The host body is completely normal up until the larva begins to crawl around. The caterpillar pretty much begins to get hollowed out from the inside, and it sure is not pretty. Number 9. African wild dog. African wild dogs are just as rambunctious as a domesticated dog. But the biggest difference is that these wild dogs are killers, and they kill in the most horrific ways. Just watch this clip of these African wild dogs getting their paws on a hare. Once one of the wild dogs frantically pulls one out, another wild dog grabs at it, and the two begin a quick game of tug of war. At least this meal is fair, as the hare splits cleanly into two parts. African wild dogs aren't just brutal the way they kill. They also shred their dead prey apart as they eat. These wild dogs found a dead animal in the water and proceeded to tear it to shreds. The whole pack shared the meal, and the flesh was torn off in no time. When a wild dog is hungry, you can expect it to get violent. And since these wild dogs normally hunt in packs, their prey rarely stand a chance. This warthog got stuck in quite the predicament. When a pack of wild dogs caught it, it tries to move and escape. But the wild dogs already have it pinned to the ground and are consuming it all the while. It's still alive. There is not much for the warthog to do but endure this painful situation, as the wild dogs use their strong teeth to pull its flesh apart, bit by bit. Number 8. Bear. Bears are fluffy and cute, and they're also deadly predators that could crush bones. If they so pleased, bears have little to fear, so it doesn't come as a surprise to see this bear so nonchalantly approach this elk calf and begin to eat it alive. A bear has a bite force of about 975 psi. It is said that their bite could crack a bowling ball. So imagine what it's doing to this poor cat. Bears are incredibly strong. When you look at a bear, you'll see how huge and meaty they are. This isn't all just appearance. Look at how easily this bear is able to drag a huge moose away. A bear can lift over 500 kilograms or about 11 pounds. With that kind of strength, even a big animal like a moose should be terrified. This next clip shows a bear dealing with yet another big animal. This time, it is in a tussle with a bison. It is a long battle, but the bear doesn't appear to struggle all that much. It is able to drag the bison into the water where it kills it. A bear's paw is strong enough to break the spine of an animal with just one swipe. So there really is no doubt that this bison did not stand a chance. Number 7. Ants. Ants are everywhere. We've all seen them, and many of us have felt their bite. They sting, but we can usually just squash them and move on. What you might not know is that ants can actually be terrifying predators. Look at how these ants swarm the scorpion. The scorpion tries to fight back, but the ants gather and create a sort of blanket around the scorpion. They bite and bite until the scorpion can no longer handle it and succumbs to the attack. Here in this clip, a swarm of ants preys on a praying mantis. Normally, the praying mantis has no problem fighting back, but because of the sheer numbers the ants attack with, the praying mantis is basically suffocated in a papal wave of attacks. Since an ant can lift up to 5,000 times its own weight, these ants are able to tear this praying mantis apart easily. Then they carry it elsewhere to finish it off. The ants you see in this clip are known as yellow crazy ants, and you'll soon learn why. They are an extremely invasive type of ant, but their power doesn't come from a stinger or pincers. These ants lack a stinger, and their pincers are not as big as other ants, but they attack by spraying formic acid onto their prey. In this case, a crab. This formic acid blinds and then kills their prey, making it much easier to eat. Number 6. Leopard seal. The leopard seal is the second largest species of seal in the Antarctic. Their only predator is the killer whale. This makes them brave hunters. And as you can see in this clip, they love to eat penguins. The leopard seal hunts from the water, and they fish out the penguins that swim through it. They will normally hunt around ice sheets, cliffs, and shores, all places that penguins may be going in and out of the water from. And as you can see here, once the leopard seal grabs a penguin, it'll thrash it around until it tears apart. On land, a penguin doesn't have too many predators. They are relatively safe from outside harm. But as soon as they jump into the water, they are a target for the leopard seal. This leopard seal was able to hop onto the ice near the water and snatch a penguin from a group. It bites down on the small bird and instantly rips its flesh. The penguin is unable to move and has essentially become a snack at this point. This next clip shows another instance of a leopard seal hunting and killing a penguin. When in the water, a leopard seal will aim for the penguin's feet. Once it grabs it, it'll start shaking, and that is how the penguin dies. This brutal way of killing is messy, and a big reason why leopard seals are seen as horrific predators. Number 5. Giant petrel. This giant petrel is enjoying a live meal. It is pinning down a penguin on the shore and pecking at it relentlessly. The penguin struggles, but doesn't have much of a chance of winning this battle, as the giant petrel is a professional penguin killer. It pokes and prows at the penguin as more come and join in on this meal. Soon enough, they are tearing it apart and eating it. Giant petrels are known terrorists to penguins. These penguins try and flee once a giant petrel flies to the shore. One penguin wasn't lucky enough and gets caught by one. The giant petrel uses its feet to pin the penguin down and gain control. The penguin is hardly able to move as the petrel is taking over this battle. If you don't see the aggression of the giant petrel yet, this clip will show it to you. These giant petrels are enjoying a penguin meal. They use their sharp beaks to tear into the penguin's dead body. But in the middle of it all, they begin fighting each other. These giant petrels are hungry, and they'll stop at nothing to get their meal. Number 4. Jaguar. Jaguars are another great agile killer. These predators are brave when it comes to what they hunt, which is why the jaguar in this clip decided on hunting a crocodile. A crocodile's skin is thick and leathery, yet a jaguar has teeth that are sharp and strong, enough to puncture through an animal's skull. So it is able to tear right through this crocodile. The jaguar in this next clip decides to go for a sneak attack. It spots a caiman and swims up behind it. A caiman is a strong fighter, but since this jaguar decide to come up behind it, the caiman rarely had time to react, and the jaguar uses its strength to tackle this caiman and drag it back into the water. These capybaras are sitting, not doing much. They don't know that a jaguar is close behind stalking them. A jaguar is quiet when it stalks, making sure it gets as close as possible to its prey before it strikes. Once this jaguar strikes, it grabs the capybara and is able to easily attack it. Number 3. Leopard. Leopards are notorious hunters in the wild. The leopard in this clip has its eyes set on an impala. It hunts it, and to do that, it remains low to the ground and watches carefully. When it's ready to strike, it comes at the prey at high speed, catching it off guard and making sure it has no time to react and escape. Looks like this works perfectly, because this leopard caught this impala with no problem. This next clip shows a leopard killing a warthog before it consumes it. Leopards kill in a brutal way. They'll bite down hard on their prey's neck, crushing it and killing them. Sometimes this move is instant, and other times the prey struggles for a bit before it dies. The warthog in this clip, unfortunately, has to struggle as the leopard pins it down and rips into its flesh. Leopards not only have good hunting strategies, they are extremely brave. This leopard found an easy meal, and it just so happens to be located inside the mouth of a hungry crocodile. The leopard eats right out of its mouth, even striking it a couple of times, all just for that savory meal. Number 2. Tiger. The infamous striped beast. The tiger is a killing machine. These animals know how to quietly stalk and quickly attack their prey. You can see that in action in this clip, as the tiger crouches down and sneaks up on a gaur. It pounces when it's close, and quickly works on bringing the big animal down to the ground. It goes straight for the neck, and that's what eventually suffocates the gaur. Since a tiger is a big cat, you can expect it to have the agility of a cat. Watch as the tiger in this clip crawls slowly up to the baby deer. Since tigers cannot run at high speeds for extended periods of time, this tiger is trying to close the distance as much as possible before going in for the kill. It eventually catches the deer with minimal effort and is rewarded with a fine meal. Here in this clip, we can see this tiger attacking a wild boar. The tiger is biting at the snout of this wild boar, as opposed to the throat. This is another way to get the animal to stop breathing. It takes a bit of time, but the tiger is eventually able to get the wild boar pinned to the ground, preparing it to become a meal. Number 1. Hyena. At the top spot in this list is the brutal hyena. These animals not only use intimidation to hunt, but they will brutally rip apart their prey, sometimes while they are still alive. While hyenas hunt in packs, it isn't unusual to see one hunt solo. The hyena in this clip is hunting a wildebeest by itself, and by the looks of it, it's doing just fine. The wildebeest is weak, and the hyena takes advantage of that and begins to eat it before it's even dead. This slowly kills the poor wildebeest and leaves a huge mess behind. When hunting in packs or small groups, hyenas will try and corner an animal and take it down. These hyenas pick an antelope out of a group and are trying to knock it down. Hyenas aren't the biggest animal, so by getting their prey on the ground, they can gain an advantage. They bite at the backside of the antelope and eventually get it to tumble over. The next step, of course, is to begin eating it. The hyena in this clip seems to be bullying a rhino. The rhino is being attacked from behind by a pack of hyenas. They start with small bites, but are eventually able to rip a gash into the rhino skin. While the hyena's height and body size is in no way comparable to that of other predators, these beasts have a bite force of up to 11 psi. That's stronger than some large cats, And it's obvious how strong they can bite when you look at this rhino, who may be expecting a lethally infected wound soon. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these two videos on your screen, and we'll see you there.